Hi, Jasmine here and welcome to another tutorial. I was racking my brain trying to come up with ideas for tutorials when I realized something I can make are party favors. Some will be for adults, most will be for kids, but for today I'm going to show you how to make unicorn themed party favors for a kid's party. Step one was the bag. My mom buys sublimation bags to create products for our store, but the bags she buys, they all come with a zipper pouch. She was trying to figure out what to do with them, and I told her I could take them off her hands and use them for party favor videos. I started by measuring the bag and drawing out my design. I didn't want the standard unicorn horn eyes that's always used, so I went with a rainbow and added a quote I liked. I want to have two options to show you. The first is heat transfer vinyl. Of course, heat transfer vinyl means using a Cricut machine. If you don't own a Cricut, you can skip to the next option, which is sublimation or iron transfers. I converted it to an SVG file so it would be compatible with the Cricut design space, and then use offset to cut a gap between the text and the rainbow on each arch. I cut the rainbow arches on pastel colors, the clouds on white glitter, and the text on black glitter. Using my mini iron and a piece of parchment paper to protect the vinyl from the heat, I ironed on the design one layer at a time. Once everything was on the bag, I ironed it out one more time just to make sure everything was glued on well enough. Second option is sublimation or iron-on sheets. I want to explain the difference between the two. Sublimation requires a special printer and ink and only works on polyester and polyblend fabrics. The way it works is that when the printout is placed on the bag and heat is applied, if I'm remembering correctly, the ink goes into kind of a gas state and fuses into the fabric. This leads to a more permanent bond because it's as if you printed directly onto the fabric. You just place the image face down, place the parchment paper on top to protect the bag, then use a heat press. The time and temperature depends on both the bag you're using and the heat press. Your settings might differ, and of course heat isn't always accurate. If you don't own a sublimation printer, there are sellers online who sell transfers that you can order custom made. If you're looking for a more budget-friendly option, there's always simple iron-on transfers that you can buy at any office or general store. They usually have a clear film on the negative space, but you'll still end up with a cute custom bag. The next item was the bracelets. I wanted to include a rainbow beaded bracelet. I bought these 8mm glass beads on Amazon in the 6 colors of the rainbow, except I used gold instead of orange because they didn't have orange. I also bought 4mm gold spacers and elastic thread. I placed one bead at a time in rainbow order with the spacer in between each one. Then I tied a double knot on the bracelet and made sure it was nice and tight as I could get it. Then I cut the excess string, added a touch of glue, and just slid my red bead over the knots and glue to secure it. This took so little time. I ended up making the bracelet in 4 sizes. Extra small, which I would describe for a child. Small, which is my size. I have a small wrist. When I was a teen, I remember I would get frustrated because most bracelets were too big for me, which is why I sized this one for me as the small size. Medium and large. I wrote down the amount of beads I used in each color to show the exact count for each size if you want to make these exact bracelets. Each one has a difference of 3 beads and 3 spacers, which made them exactly 1 inch apart in size. Finally, I bought this bubble pack, a box of mini unicorn slime and a pack of Airheads as the sweet element. I was going to put the Airheads rainbow belts originally, but they were out of stock, so I went with the classic Airheads instead. Time for the price breakdown. The bags themselves were from a pack of tote bags, so I'm just going to mark it as 80 cents, but with the tote bag it was just over $1 for each set. The vinyl I always add 10 cents per color, which is probably rounding up, and I used 8 colors. The slime was a pack of 13 for $13.99, so it came out to 39 cents each. The bubbles came in a pack of 24, 8 of each color, white, blue, and pink, for $16.99, so they came out to 71 cents each. The bracelets, if I calculate for the largest size, were $1.15 each. The Airheads, which were a pack of 60 that I ordered at Walmart through Instacart, came out to 17 cents each, which brings my grand total to $3.32 per bag. Let's just say I went with 24 bags because of the bubbles. Then it would be about $88 for the total cost, and that would be leaving leftover slime and Airheads. But that price would also depend on if you purchase a multi-pack of beads, or if you're like me and ordered a 1200 pack of each color to use them for future projects. Have a theme party you want to throw but need ideas for party favors? Comment down below. It doesn't matter if it's for a kid's party or an adult one, because I will have ideas. I linked everything I bought in the description, and if you're a Patreon member on my Cricut Creator tier, the Sparkle Like Unicorn file will be available to download as part of your subscription. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!